my name is Christi Beth Adams from Fleet Feet in Nashville, Tennessee, and today we're going to talk about how to structure your training week. So whether you're training for a 5K or an ultra or any distance in between, there are some key elements that should be a part of your training week. All right, let's start with some basics. The first thing I want to talk about is your weekly mileage. So we highly recommend you start with a big picture view. Think about what your goal race is, what the distance is going to be, and also what your race goals are. Is it to finish? Is it to PR? Use that information to help you decide what your weekly mileage should be, your base training at the beginning of training, all the way to what your max mileage will be as you get closer to race day. Another thing to consider is that your mileage is going to increase each week. As a general rule of thumb, no more than 10% increase from week to week. Obviously, that depends on if you are a newer runner versus a more seasoned runner. Another thing to plan for with your weekly mileage is just some flexibility. So life is always going to throw you curveballs, and stress, no matter what its form, affects your body and affects your performance. So take that into consideration with your weekly mileage and be flexible. Show yourself a little bit of grace. Check out our article in the link below about how stress can affect your performance. If you're training, we always recommend, if you can, to be training with a coach or with a training group. We offer lots of training groups. It's great for accountability, so keep that in mind and check those out. All right, now let's talk about how you structure your runs during the week, and order does matter. Here are the elements that you'll need in a training week: easy days, rest days, speed workouts, long runs, cross training, and strength training. Each element of your week has its own specific purpose. So this is where I see people get it wrong a lot. Each day needs to be intentional. So your easy runs need to be easy. Your rest days, don't skip them. And on your hard days, they need to be hard. Running is always going to be a little bit challenging, but easy days should be run at a comfortable distance and a comfortable pace. So we like to say conversational pace. If you're running with a friend, you should be able to carry on a conversation. Your easy days are going to make up the majority of your week, usually about 2 to 3 days of your training week. Rest days. So I would argue that rest days are probably the most underestimated day in most runners' training cycle. Especially after hard efforts, you need to give your body time to recover. It's actually when you build fitness. And so you're either going to take the day completely off, or if you want to do an active recovery rest day, be sure you're doing something gentle or restorative like light stretching or yoga. Depending on your fitness level, you're probably going to have 1 or 2 of these days during your training week. Okay, speed workouts. This is where you put the hard work in. This is why it's so important to do easy runs easy, so when you do speed workouts, you can go harder, and this is where you're going to get faster. Most people ask me, what's the one thing I can do each week to get faster, and that is incorporating a speed workout. So there are 3 different ones we'll go over today: intervals, tempo runs, and hill repeats. Intervals are shorter, more intense, faster repeats, usually race pace or faster, with rest breaks in between that are equal to or a little bit longer than your interval. Now, again, depending on fitness level, you might be walking these intervals, doing a run walk, or a light jog during that break. Let's talk about tempo runs. Tempo runs are some of my personal favorites. So you're going to want to run these at a pace just outside of your comfort zone. You'll definitely want to do a warm up and a cool down. And the reason I love these is that because it trains your body to run a little bit faster without rest. So these are continuous miles generally. On tempo runs, the pace and distance depend on your training goals. But another rule of thumb is if you can talk, you're probably going a little bit too slow on these runs. It should be a little breathy, a little uncomfortable pace on these tempo runs for it to be the right pace. So tempo runs are great prep for race day because it gets your body used to running fast without rest. All right, the last speed workout we're gonna talk about are hill repeats, which may not be your personal favorite, but they are just what they sound like. You find that hill in your neighborhood, you're gonna run hard up the hill, take it nice and easy as you're recovering down the hill, and then you're going to repeat. So these are a great way to build speed, but also strength. And my own personal soapbox is you have to engage your glutes when you are running up hills, so be sure and do that. Other great thing about hill repeats is it is a great way to build strength, but it's less wear and tear on the body. You'll always want to do a warm-up and a cool-down for your speed workout. So obviously this gets your muscles ready to perform better in your workout and also is going to reduce your chance of injury. So usually speed workouts, you're probably just going to do one a week, especially for new runners. If you're a more experienced runner, you're probably going to do anywhere from 1 to 2 speed workouts a week, and you might actually be adding some tempo miles into your long run as well. Long runs. This is going to be your longest run of the week. The purpose of this run is obviously to increase your endurance, and you'll want to do these at an easy conversational pace. This is usually my favorite run of the week to do with a group of friends and catch up on what's been going on that week. Cross training. All right, these are activities that are going to complement your running, but they're going to allow your body to recover from that running related stress. Cycling and swimming are really great options because they allow you to continue your aerobic training without all the pounding. So pick something that you enjoy. The goal here is to be a well-balanced athlete, to try to remain injury-free, and to just have fun and give you a little bit of break from all of the running training. All right, last but not least is strength training. And runners are absolutely notorious for not doing this until after we get injured. So the reason why it is so important is it increases your mobility, your flexibility, your balance, and your strength. Along with injury prevention, strength training is also going to increase your power and your speed. You can pretty much get what you need done in about 15 or 20 minutes, 3 to 4 times a week. But let's be real, again, most runners do 0, so 4 times a week is maybe a little ambitious. So what I would recommend, if you can do a little leg strength 1 or 2 days a week, that's great, but definitely focus on some core work once or twice a week, and it's better than doing nothing. Cha-cha! They do that in Letterkenny. Oh man, that made me start sweating a lot. Why did I do that? Thanks for watching, guys. I hope you enjoyed this video and found it helpful. If you like it, please give us a thumbs up and go ahead and subscribe to see more how-tos, gear reviews, and if you have any questions or comments, feel free to comment down below. I know I personally would love to hear what your favorite training day of the week is.